Okay, so that was EA1 in our sheets here. Next one is EA2, which is tech in a bag. Now, some of this material comes from the Museum of Science in Boston, where they train for engineering as elementary. And their main idea is just to teach children about technology and what technology is. They want them to be technically literate. And so here we have tech in a bag. So we have these bags, and each of these bags has something inside it. And we say, okay, there's a technology inside this bag. And then we put the bags on the table, and you can do groups of 3 to 5. And you allow them to just take the bag and open it right up. You don't have to do any mystery or anything like that. You say tech in a bag. They already have an idea of what the tech is. So here, if I pull out the tech in the bag, we're going to see that right now I have tape. So the tape is a technology. And a lot of students might argue with you, like, it's not a technology, how could it be? Then we also have over here a spoon. And we argue, is it a technology? And some students will say yes, and some students will say no. You say, okay, well, what do you think makes it a technology if you think it's a technology? What do you think doesn't make it technology if you think it's not a technology? And we move on from there. And we keep going. Inside here we have a recipe, right? And this one really stumps a lot of the students. So like a recipe, how is that even a technology? Maybe that what it's printed on, or the printing press, maybe all that is technology. So the idea here is that all of these things are technology. The brown bag is a technology. Anything made by people that fulfills a need or a desire is a technology. And so a lot of students believe it requires electricity, and we teach them that it doesn't. Technology doesn't have to have electricity. It's anything made by us that helps us, right? So this tape is a technology. Now what's special about these different objects is that this object here has more than one part, right? So this is a system. A system has smaller parts that work together. So this tape is a system. So it's a bunch of little technologies for cutting the tape, for peeling the tape, and for holding the tape. So this is a system of technologies. So here we have the spoon. Now the spoon, of course, is made up of a few simple machines, the lever and the wedge, but it is a technology and it's an object. So we can teach them that this is just a simple object that helps us with eating or digging or whatever we want to do it. So this is an object. Now we come to our recipe. Now the recipe does stump a lot of our friends because they're like, well, how does a recipe a technology? This is a process. It's a process on how to make spaghetti. This is my spaghetti recipe. So when you're looking at this, you can see that there's steps involved, and that explains the process. So when we talk about technologies that you can create processes, you can create objects, and you can create systems. Now you can spend a lot of time discussing these different things. How can you make it better? What else could it be made out of? What materials is it made out of now? And we explain what does it do. So you can really go into depth with these just to kind of explore technology like an engineer would, to kind of see, can we improve this? Can we make it better? Can we build a better tape? Can we build a better tape dispenser? So these are all questions that an engineer would answer. But first, before we go too far into it, we talk about the technology. And we teach them that technologies don't necessarily need electricity, and they're just made by people. But then we ask the question, well, whose job is it? Whose job is it to make these technologies? And the students that took the class should have heard of engineering because it is an engineering camp. They should realize that that is their job. Now that they're engineers, their job is to look at these things, see how they're made, see what materials they use, and see if we can improve it. So that is the whole point of Tech in a Bag. All right? So there's a number of different things in here, like there's a paper clip, and you can put scissors in there. Pretty much you can grab anything around and throw it inside. But we use these three main ones to show the difference between a system, an object, and a process, which is what we want the students to take away, that they could improve any one of those three things as an engineer. Okay? So that was Tech in a Bag.